Hello everybody, JaffaArchfiend here, and well, we are now on to part 4 for the Dawntrail MSQ. The dungeon video is currently processing, so that should be up sometime during the stream actually. So enjoy that when it's up and ready for you guys. In the meantime, let's resume the MSQ, shall we?
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
Oh. Aaronville, Alize, you are fantastic.
Hey! Everyone alright?
Again, I'm not a fan of this new emote. Oh, at least it's not raining and we got a nice rainbow going on. Caverns you traverse were dug by the Jaffa in their search for gold. Remnants of their excavations can be found throughout this region. Huh! While I appreciate the lesson, oh wise guide, are we landing this boat anytime soon? Our river journey is almost over. For proof of that, we need only look ahead. I don't know why this part wasn't voiced. The falls were impressive enough from a distance, but it's almost too much now. Yeah, imagine sailing right next to these. Good lord. Yes, amazing. Now please let me off. Oh, poor Waklamat. So, it's almost ready. No. No more boats. Are you? Oh, you're not alright. I should be surprised if she was. Even without the nausea, we're all spent. There's a mountain shelter nearby, a resting spot for those who have ascended the stairs. I suggest we make use of it. That would be a welcome respite. Have you the strength for a short walk, Waklamat? We can rest along the way too. Damn it all. A promise is meant to lead from the front, not mule and moan like a sick kitten. Yeah, this is where we're supposed to kick in for an inspirational speech or something, isn't it? Waklamat. Ignore me. It's the nose are talking. I'm fine, really. Lead on. I'll follow. Ay, 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 ay. We've got to get through that wall of her head. Very well, but if I might say one thing. Just because you're a promise or a claimant for the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen to struggle. You needn't bear this burden alone, so please don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend an ear. But Kryl, Everyone's allowed to be weak sometimes. Leaning on others is a skill all leaders require. You as well? I've always believed this is my problem alone, but perhaps you have the right of it. We are unfortunately speaking from plenty of experience. Alright, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. Of course, as long as you need. We'll be waiting at the shelter when you're ready. OBS is disconnected. Reconnected. We all good? We all behaving? We all there? I think it's probably because I've got a video uploading at the same time here. Hey, I'll just publish that then now. There we go. That's that up and through. Right, so that should be big. So that should help that a bit. Right. I've long felt that I could never tell anyone I was confused or hurting. That admitting to weakness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're willing to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Go right ahead. Come on, let's catch up to the others. Oh, we won't get done with Fenrir because Fenrir is faster. Okay, these aren't dragons, but they're dragonkin-ish. Oh god, which makes me wonder, are we going to bump into any dragons here in Dawntrail? Did any of the first brood come and make their base here? Alright, first things first. Attune to the Aetheryte. And set home point in case we die. Cryo. We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. And let's settle in. We'll need a cook fire, and there's meal preparation to be done. I think this might be a talking cinematic, I think.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
That's a good question.
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Lul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue.
Aww.
I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding. But the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal.
That would be the one with the spike.
I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though.
The one that's
He
veiled.
went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did.
Aye. Bonk.
There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. or whether it's alpacas or ihihana. I hardly know anything.
I think that's kind of what this trial's all
I've lived
about, love.
Such a sheltered life. Yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado. I'm not fit to bear my title.
Erinville, if you don't come here and bonk her, I will. You can't measure your worth by the success of others, or why do you want the throne? Let's go with... success of others.
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers.
I know what it means,
It's
but in this
always
case,
been about
context.
the Turali
Context,
and what
Mom.
I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
The trick is not throttling them in the process.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making.
Good.
I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamat. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf
Kind of an addendum.
dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats.
Kind of a add-on at this point.
As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Being awfully quiet there, Erinville. Hey, he smiled. Good boy. Meanwhile, in the second Promises camp,
Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
hey, they're nearby.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Them's big fighting words.
Despite our common history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Yeah, this is gonna get interesting.
Lamati has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates. The head of the students of Bardessian. And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I have any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity.
But
our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
that's fair.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach.
Feel, think.
But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawnservant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
That's a good point.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Yeah, I'm half expecting Bakul Jaja to go swiping stuff from everyone. Seems to fit his MO so far. Meanwhile, with the first promise, oh, they're nearby as well.
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawnservant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention, when I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle.
Oh.
They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history.
That's ominous.
If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all.
What are you plotting
And
here,
just so there
Sarioja?
is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception.
What are you two playing at here?
What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
I'm just waiting for the zoom on that guy because he's giving me all kinds of Asian vibes. Earlier with Bakul Jaja.
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be a shame to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that?
Of course.
We care only about the contest and proving our superiority.
So you're just winning the contest to just win
That
it.
would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kid to live in the city.
Okay.
Fine idea. Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet, somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind.
Oh no.
My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
Well, at least he's not killing him himself.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind. I'm begging you.
Well, at least he's not killing him himself. So that's something. Alrighty. Being able to see those things has brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted off my chest and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better. Will be better. For myself and for my people. Good girl. The Moblin settlement of Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road we're taking is a favoured hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travellers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What has Zorl Jan the Landsguard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. Ay, 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 ay. Alright. Alonzi! Oh, let's grab this alpaca path here. Looks like someone's enjoying the view. It is a nice view. Well, where are these bandits? Apparently they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthenshire is just a little farther ahead. On the opposite bank of Miakabek Zoma. But let's remain vigilant all the same. Oh. Ether current. So that's swamp monks. What in the... I'm just going to take a closer look at what these things are supposed to be since we got a meat thing made from them. Some kind of fish bird thing? Huh. Kind of look like fishy versions of chocobos. Fish kabos. Chocofish? Food buff for experience buffings. And of course we got the giant iguanas. I was wondering where I would bump into you guys. So it looks like Zoralja was up here already, judging by that cutscene earlier. Does that mean we're ahead or behind? This is it, the village where the Lay of Pots from the Tuliol saga took place. Earthenshire, Idleshire. Might the similarity be a cultural inclination, I wonder? The settlements themselves can be more different, though. This shire appears custom built to resemble pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Well, they damn well look near enough the same. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise and her retinue? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's Elector, if you happen to know who that is. You're exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Rhetoric is the Elector you seek. Yep, speech patterns are the same at least, as well. Oh, that's helpful. We can cut straight to performing the feat. As much as Rhetoric would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands for the Potsworn were injured. This is no time for feats or metal tests. I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd be caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide those Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Toral. Oh, good lord, you're here as well. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. If this is the best I can offer, I should never have left watching Mekiki. You see, the Potsworn desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the pact. Should all our Potsworn leave? Oh, excuse me, wah! Earthshire will grind to a halt. We have to do something, and do it soon. Ugh. So there's a bit of a bug going around right now. Then let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village, and if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obligated to join in. Take a rest while you can. I could use a nap. Of course I'll help. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We'll all help. I doubt any of us could sit around and watch. We'll take every help hand we can get. Rhetoric Truth swears that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Rakarok. You, L4, follow Rhetoric. There are other help hands in need of hand lending. I really appreciate you pitching in. I meant what I said in many fires. There'll be no more feigning strength. No more playing at being an invincible promise. Just one thing I've learned on this journey is how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Well, first then, young Padawan, we do this. No. Now let's find this Rakarok fellow and see what we can do for him. Oh god, that reminds me, we're going to get Hildebrand somewhere amidst all this as well. Ay, ay, ay. Somewhere amidst all this, we're going to get the Hildebrands. Oh boy. What close is that? Is that the Fairy Princess one? Oh no, it's the Horsing Gloves. Okay. Okay, so that must be the... Okay, that's not too bad. Look at that, actually. I like admiring other people's glamours. Let's get some gear fixed up first, shall we? Alrighty. Rakarok can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pact is broken. The pots are emptying. We're here to lend a help hand. You've come to aid Rakarok? Rakarok accepts your hand lending with joyous field smiles. If we can offer the Potsworn their promised good living, we might save the day yet. Whatever you need. $655 now. Yeah, that's better than what I've got right now. Alright, let's see what the Ruthenian weapons... Let's see what the Ruthenian gear looks like then, shall we? Oh! That's rather small. Okay. Not gonna complain. Lending a help hand. What Rakarok needs is for new help hands to create good living for Potsworn Kai. The help hand assigned to Kai was hurt during the rock rain, so Rakarok took over. He knows nothing of Kai. What does Kai want? What does Kai need? Help hands do not bother the Potsworn with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guess think. Please, guess think with Rakarok. Find out what Kai is lacking so we can provide it. Ay, 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 ay. Me no likey this plan. This is where Kai works, is it? Oh boy. Let's take a peek inside then. Alright, so we're to try and anticipate what someone's needing without them saying it. Oh, they're sweltering. This must be Kai. It'd be a lot quicker if we just talk to him, but that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. At least if you can try our hand at some guess think. Inspect the workshop. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Yep. Well, I'd say first thing is first he wants some air. First thing first. No shortage of crafting materials. Barely touched this meal. This dish is meant to be eaten hot or lose its savor. Must be boiling standing close to the furnace, and there's no airflow to speak of. How can I even work in that stifling heat? Stools are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones? Right, after taking a look, I think I have an idea what things Kai might want to improve his work conditions. Let's head back inside and talk to Rakarak. Again, personally, I'd just ask him, but that's not the way they do things around here. You made your observations? What did you guess think? First off, I noticed Kai hasn't touched his food. An empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking? Our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? But Rocker is sure of nothing when it comes to Kai's tastes. I can help you with that. My brother Kona is also Hitsuro, and so that's the name of Makote here. And while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share, like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought into like that, Kai probably wouldn't have been able to eat until it cooled down. By the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. Simple solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. I would have thought of that, but the third promise might explain these things to our cook. Not at all. I think that was the only reason Kai couldn't concentrate. The Hitsuro homeland is hot and dry, but even Kai seemed to be suffering in front of that furnace. Is there a way you could cool down the workshop? Oh, we could try a drafty shard. That would make a lovely breeze. You know where we can get one of those? We can gather them from the Shoals of No Return. Oh yeah, the Shoals of No Return. That sounds like a very pleasant place to go visit. Yeah. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up in their search for the Golden City. Ah, okay, that might be why it's called the Shoals of No Return. So we salvaged them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us? Oh, one more thing. From what I could tell, Kai's files and saws and things are very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order? Ah, Racker is too preoccupied with stocking materials. A serious oversight which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a help hand's responsibility. And we'll all have work to do. We can be back here when our tasks are done. The Shoals on their return are past the crags through a tunnel southeast of here. We should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village. Alright. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I think it's over in that direction, I think. Hey! Where's Jaffa, aren't you? What brings you out here? Ah, the issue of caring for the potsworn. When they approached me with that same problem, I suggested they commission artisans in Charlian instead. Quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed, after all. However, the Moldens did not care for the idea. Surely it would be more effective if engaged in a uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand a fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands, and instead tasked with tending the injured. We're on our way back from procuring herbs for Urianje, in fact. Settlements in Kozumaka too have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found a way here? Should I become Dawn Servant, one of my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital. I can imagine how much good we can achieve with Charlian technology. Focus. My apologies, I have much to consider. If you'll excuse us. We'll meet again soon. Sure, take care. So that's the tunnel down there, I'm definitely presuming. Alonzi. I wonder if Zeralja's having the same kind of issues with the pots as anyone else is. I mean, he's wanting to take on the tasks and all that, isn't he? So... Oh, ether current. Neat. Come here. Alright, that's an orange crystal. That's not going to do us. That's more like a fire one. That's a pale blue one, so that's going to be water. We don't need that. Green! Here we go. That's the colour for wind elementals. That's the wind element crystal. Almost, the graphical update seems to be kind of subtle when it comes to this. That, or my machine's just not picking it up that much. Which is entirely possible. Is that a cool breeze, Rakrok feels? Thank you for finding a drafty shard. Rakarek will add it to the new set of tools he brought. And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning Hetzero, and is on its way even as we speak. Let's go in and see what Kaya thinks of our efforts. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. I remember why I signed a pact. I am grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a piece worthy of a potsworn. This guy works quick. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Volokstrunsa. Craftsmanship satisfies Earthen Shard's reputation for quality, I trust. Such luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift fit for the Dawn Servant. I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill, after all. It does look like a very nice piece. Forgive my interruption. Lemity, I am told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with defeat. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. Such is the craft of the potsworn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, second promise. I drew inspiration from Kazumarka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wondered why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlene goldsmiths cannot easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create great things if one lacks creative impetus. Tuliol, fortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of craft would do well to study it there. I was raised among Hetzero, more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Toral's various peoples was eye-opening. You lived as a traditional Hetzero? I have few fond memories of nomadic life. That might be why he wants everything kind of, be standardized, etc. Would that I could forget that time. Rakarok is very grateful to you. I thank you both for your hard work and clever guesting. When it comes to help handing, knowing the potsworn really is important. Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. That's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. And that is 655. 640. Alright, let's see what the gear looks like here. Oh! That's the, oh god, what dungeon was it? Hold on. Duty finder. Which dungeon was that? That was... Yeah, this is Troya gear. This is dyeable Troya gear. Oh, it is dyeable. How does the dye look on this? So we've got channel 1, which is the upper cloak portion here. So we'll just do that in the bright red so we can show that off. Dye channel 2, doing the blue channel. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so that's how that dyes out. Neat. Dyeable Troya gear. Very handy. However, I'm re-establishing my glamour. The Feet of Pots. The Elector bids the claimants assemble in the large building on the west side of the village. I will head over after finding Thancred and Urianger. Ah, I also ran into the Levier twins on the way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue. Yeah, he's a good man. He's a good bloke. We're rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feat is starting, but even now he's conscientious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Rhetoric waiting. To be honest, again, I much prefer him to the... I suppose Zoralja might give a heads up about things, but... maybe. Buckle Jaja? No. He tell everyone to screw themselves. Rhetoric thanks you for assisting Help Hand Rakarak. She will announce the feat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer. This feels like it might be a cinematic cutscene. This one feels like it might be a talkie cutscene. Oh, it's another talkie cutscene. I'm happy to report we were able to convince one of the Potsworn to stay. How did you fare? So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Ah! Welcome to Earthenshire, Firstborn. We support your plans for salt crossings and the new Portsworn they will bring. Hail the mighty Zoralja! He cleared many piles of rockfall as if they were pebblestones. The resilient son for Dawnservant. Zoralja was clearing fallen rocks. Surprised we'd volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Well, well, we meet again. Ah, crap. I was hoping you got lost. Just in time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already here, laying low while the rest of us did all the work. Probably. Claimants, your attention please. As Rhetoric has explained, many of our Potsworn left us following the storm. The precious metalwork crafted by those artisans bring in much jingly shine from across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earthenshire will suffer. Tuliola merchants will suffer. So Rhetoric sets you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back to here to us. So we're to recruit new Potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? You are free to refuse Rhetoric's request. She'll be happy to inform the Dawnservant of Zoralja's disqualification. The right is a means to an end. The steps we take to get there are not important. The Rhetoric declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. You're screwed, Buckle Jaja. You are screwed. No kidnapping. The Elector said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Which is exactly what we should do. Yeah. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans. And again, get everyone else to do the work, and you do it, and you reap all the glory. Really? That nasty brute is up to something. Aye, he may seek to delay us again as he did on River. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Waklama? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? I know some artisans among my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. I couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tuliol to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kona probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Now I'm comparing us, you understand? It's just a statement of fact. Good. You're learning. I suppose we could try asking around what you make. Mickey? Seems a logical place to start. Back to Tuliol it is. Wait, does that mean you have to take the boat again? Nope. No, 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 I can't do it. I can't stomach another boat ride. There'll be a boat ride down and a boat ride back up. You said I should share my burdens, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really, really sick on boats. Yeah. No sugar, Sherlock. We knew that already. Waklama, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit. In any case, we won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver would be much smoother. It will? Are you sure? Oh my god, their eyes! Oh no. I'm positive. Mostly. Oh no. Oh, poor Waklamat. Oh, poor baby. Who must suffer such terrible bad seasonings? I wish I had a spell or potion that could ease her nausea. Did we mention the pots were in our care required a constant stream of encouragement in order to craft? Four of us must have chanted the same cheer dozens, if not hundreds of times. Erinville was scolded more than once for not cheering loudly enough. Ay ay ay. You alright? Oh, I need a moment. Upriver or downriver? Iokotomi is too rough for me. The nausea is a bit more bearable, now I've stopped trying to hide it, but I'd still rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Ropley can help us recruit a Potsworn. Alright. I think I've got one in mind already. Probably Frigine, because he's a goldsmith from Uldar, looking for work. First one that springs to mind will be him. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Wachumekimiki? You've not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Harpack. Ropley, actually, I have a favour to ask. So what do you think? Do you know of any craftsmen who might be interested? Filching my artisans from the Wobblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only, I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with a mastery of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms over relocating to Earthenshire? The Erosian goldsmith. What about him? You mean Fontaine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewellery store across the salt. Considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he's only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a pot pact? There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the Potsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find Fontaine at his workbench in this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over Zevitev. I'm just quite blah 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 blah. Then maybe we should go and talk to him, just you and me, since he knows us. We wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. Two of us can handle it. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Right, Right, let's go see a man about a pot. And he's all the way over there. Right, I'm definitely taking the ether now. Bayside Bevy Marketplace is the one I need to tick. Alley-oop! You're here too. The third promise said she wanted to chat. We just finished eating, so should we find a quiet spot outside? The last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Ah, yes, I was, wasn't I? A lost soul. Until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming, and the first time in a long time I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. So, what is it you wish to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a potsworn. Ah, I've heard my new colleagues mention this term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the Moblins, isn't it? But you're not a Moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for the feat in the right of succession. I need to bring a new potsworn to Earthenshire. So that is the way of it. We've barely met, and after pushing you to work at Watching McKimmy, I'm now demanding you throw that away and sign a pot pact instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day, I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say I am now an official subject of Tuliololo. I have since endeavoured to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you'll recall it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Gallian forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos, he was slain. War took him from me in an instant, a man I loved and admired. I never wish to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I'm indebted to you for turning my life around, it is as a fellow peace-loving Tuloyol that I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, I shall gladly do so. Fontaine, thank you! I shall return to Master Ropley and inform him of my decision. Allow me, I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Alright, I'll keep him safe from Buckle Jar Jar's minions. Although I think he said he was going after Zoral Jaz. Glad you remember me. Baruch owner of Zebteam. I like a word if you don't mind. Your Worklimit's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown too, if the gossips to be believed. As it happens, I could use some heroic help. Doesn't mean right now, but you come by when you have a spare moment. Ah! This'll be for the job role quests, which I shall do later. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. You can now gain access to role quests. Speak to Rip. Yep, so I'll be doing those later, at a later time, I think. Yeah. Focusing on the MSQ. Teleport point. Thank you. Where's my teleporter? It's up the stairs. Up the stairs we go. Alley-oop. Master Ropley, I'm sorry to tell you this, but, Fontaine has agreed to sign the pot pact, yes? Well, it's a shame to lose a capable goldsmith. To have one of our own hand-picked to serve the third promise is a great honor for Wachumeki Miki. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you send them my way. It could even be yourself if you're so inclined. Yeah, I'll take that up. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I'll never forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops be my first home in Tuliolol. Come back to us if the moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job at watching Makimiki. I'm probably butchering them names. I expect you'll want to leave for Earthenshire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. Nope. Rob Fontaine. Were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a potsword. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid. We shall meet you anon. I've had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fontaine's put his faith in me, and I won't let him down. You may now unlock deliveries, watch your Makik. Speak to Ropley and pursue new endeavours as you progress through the rite of succession. Okay, that would be for the... So that would be for all these guys. Again, that'll be a later thing. For now, new gear. That's 655. Let's see if that... Yep, that goes over the that goes over that. Yep, nice little lip on that. Alright, our father first. Let's pay a visit to the palace. Right then, I have some things to take care of at the palace. But you can pass the time however you like. I suggest head back to the cabins. After all, even heroes need to rest, and we still have a big journey ahead of us. Oh. What are you plotting? What are you plotting, young lady? Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Ethernet. Ethernet, Ethernet, Ethernet! Whoop. Welcome back, sir. You've had a Landsguard messenger most anxiously waiting on your return. The third promise is Entourage. I've been looking all over the city for you. The Dawn servant summons you to the palace. You are to present yourself to the gate guard stationed outside Sunperch at your earliest convenience. One more thing. You are not to mention this visit to Waklamat. That could be tricky since she's kind of heading to the palace herself to deal with some things. But, oh god, if he's wanting to fight him right now, this is gonna get entertaining. Ay, ay, ay. Oh god, it is. It's going to be a fight. Oh no. Uh-oh. The Dawn servant awaits you within. While I was not informed the reason for your audience, in terms of attire, I would suggest full battle regalia. Yeah. He wants to spar. Estinian, you did this.
Forgive me these sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity.
Oh, for the love of... I wonder if both heads are going to be awake for this. And of course we're smirking.
And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne. And I've been craving a proper challenge. The Lance Walter, Estinian. He fought well enough. But our bout was ended before a victor could be decided. Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland. Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, are you warrior enough to stand against me?
I kind of wonder how he'd face with how he handled with Xenos. Why don't we find out? As long as neither of us gets too carried away. I'm not interested in fighting you. As long as neither of us gets too carried away.
Not even the slightest hint of fear. I knew you were no pretender.
Dawntrail music going on there.
On me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course. But expect no other mercies. Ready your arms. Show me the truth of the tales.
Oh boy. Oh god. Again, I wonder how this guy would play with Xenos. Just gonna adjust the audio. Alright. Let's rock and roll.
Give it your all! I want a fight to remember! Let's test the waters. They didn't even blink.
Oh, that can't be good. Aha!
I see you down the Viper style. Let's see how you handle this.
Oops. God.
The spearman did not lie. Very well.
Yes, go out. Oh, what are you doing? What? Oh,
Resolve and listen, kingdom. All right.
What's he doing? I don't like the look of that. Really? We're doing this? Okay.
Did you think you had my measure? Take this!
Oh god, I hate memory games on this.
Still holding up? We're far from finished.
Oh, that can't be good. What's he doing with those? Nope. Over here. That first. Wait, are you gonna wake up? Oh no, that's a meteor thing. That's a meteor. That's where that goes. It can. That's where that new skill comes in from. It triggers after you press the mine. Okay. Alright, where are you going? What are you doing? Oh god, here we go. Alright, I've read this correctly. I have not read that correctly. No, I need to be behind the blade. Burning sun. Oh god, not this shit again. Here we go again. All this, I've only gotten like just under halfway of this. Good lord. Oh, it's nice to know this fight's doable as a healer. Doubling these, making duplicates of himself again. Okay, hiding behind the back of this blade should be the way to go about it. There we go, so I've got it sussed out now. I've got that trick sussed out now. To think we're fighting him nerfed at half his power. I'm sorry, did the doubles just double? Oh god. That could be a problem. Okay, stay out of that lane.
Now we'll see what you're truly made of.
Oh, so you get to limit break. I think not! Boom!
That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
And again, he's at half strength. Because his magic head is sleeping.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble. Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with. Now, a confession. I said I crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here.
Oh, good.
I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter.
Yeah, what?
In some respects, she is much like me. Hard-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your healing touch could sustain La Machi even as she contends with the most fearsome of foes.
That's some nice dialogue to acknowledge we're a healer at the minute.
Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliyola, but a concerned father.
Oh. Sure.
Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of La Machi?
I wonder what his dialogue is for casters,
Whether
DPS,
it be as their
and
promise
tanks.
or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind.
Where is she hiding in the shadows? She is young, but has potential.
Ha! A tactful response, but agreed. She is not ready for the throne. Not yet. Lama Chi thinks she understands our many peoples. Their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all four claimants are lacking.
Yeah.
This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one.
Yeah, that tracks.
And if no one has impressed me by the end of it, then to no one will I yield my throne.
Oh. That's an interesting point.
As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion. With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow.
This guy's got a good head on his shoulders.
I
Two of them.
imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and being loved in turn. Guide
no
La
idea.
Machi as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I'm liking this expansion. Weird.
I knew it.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Busted. Hello.
There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking. when I heard that Papa had sent for you. You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
Well.
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter. I took care not to inflict lasting injuries.
And again, this guy was holding back at half power.
You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage. No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Oh god, now there's a thought. Don't give him ideas.
Watch over her, champion.
Oh, on that score, buddy, you have no doubts. Alright, who's lurking around?
Kuna's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Galuf's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
So it looks like Jaffa likes to listen to his own hype as well, as much as he shows a disdain for titles. Interesting. If he had his way, Papa would keep dueling until the day he dies. Even now, I know of only 3 people who didn't need to be carried away after their bouts. Saralja, your lance-wielding friend Estinian, and yourself. You really do live up to your fearsome reputation. Kirso, did Papa want anything else of you? A small favor, nothing more. Well, if that's all it was. We're not telling her everything, well, we're not telling her everything. Oh, well, those boots look good for this. What can I glam them at? How can I dye them? How do they look undyed? Okay, so they handle the white part there. What color was white on that? Ah, so it's the metal part there. Okay. Neat. Okay, I'm gonna have to go hunt for those later. That's a good set for glamour, though. I like those boots. Shape of peace. I still haven't had one bite of Nameki's food thanks to Papa's nonsense, so I'm gonna go back to finish my plate before I head out. I've otherwise asked everyone to meet at the forward cabins. Come join us after you've had a moment to recover, eh? Alley-oop! And teleport down to the forward cabins. Await your companions and continue with the rite of succession? Yes. I wonder how they're going to react to the news that the Dawn server wanted a tussle. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left Eorzea prepared to travel in search of work, so I had a few groanings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment, Fonjintang. Shall we depart for Earthenshire, then? A word before you go. Ah! If it isn't Mr. Manners. Well, Kavoo, what are you doing here? Aha, I spend my days correcting manners, and I hear I'm perpetrating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. Behave. Please, take up your axe and rend my flesh onto taco meat. Must your demands be so gruesome? Since I told you that kind of thing doesn't bother me. Alright then, I will let it bother me either. Good God, this guy flips more than a yo-yo. What was that all about? Don't ask. I'd come to the city to purchase supplies when I spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the City of Gold, if I'm not mistaken. That's right, it's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Then allow me to be of service. As you know, legends of the Golden City have been passed down in Toral for 1,000 years. Yet when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and knows the name to a fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. Every telling, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The lesson to be learned from this third promise is to seek the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. That is all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. Thank you, Wokavu. What are we to make of this cautionary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, how then did the Dawn Servant find the city and return without incident? It seems the legend originated with the Yokoi. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. A lead we shall follow in time. But first, let us see Fungintain safely into the Moblin's care. Back on the boat! Meanwhile, in Kozumooka...
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilient Sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Ooh.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them.
Very much a threat.
If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
Alright. And there's Bakul Jaja.
Step aside.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Bakul Jaja.
Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time we humble this arrogant one-head.
Dude!
The Dawn Servant may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth. Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy.
Oh, just kill him, please.
Draw your weapon! Face me in battle, and learn your place.
Oh dear.
A moment, first promise. Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
Too scared to make the first move?
Nope.
Then allow me! But he's just a runt.
A runt who kicked your butt.
My thanks for your restraint. I can kill him whenever I please.
Oh, that's gonna bruise the ego more than that blow did.
Your part in this is far from over.
Yeah, this guy's just giving me Hassian vibes. The more and more he talks, the more and more I'm feeling Hassian. We do have a few still unaccounted for. This guy's giving me all the vibes of one. Oh, no talking for this one? Okay. We're back, and we brought us a willing potsworn. This is Von Shintain, a talented goldsmith who once worked at Eshnemis Aesthetics in Ul'dah. Wonderful, impressive. You are first to return, Third Promise. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less. We welcome you and your unique skills to Earthenshire. Helphand will show you to work pot. This is it then. I look forward to hearing you proclaimed Dawn Servant. Thank you, Fontaine. I'll be sure not to disappoint you. You have reached the requirements of the Feat of Pots. Rhetoric presents your keystone with joy smiles and well-wishing. Oh, it's a blue one this time. That makes 3. Looks everyone. More potsworn candidates. Come, come, tell Rhetoric your tales. Looks like Bakul Jaja is going to be the one not succeeding in this trial. Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired. Oh ho ho, you are doing well. I expected nothing less of Zeralja's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, Speak and Promise. We must have you apply that Sharlayan knowledge you so cherish, and arm Terrell with weapons of Magitech design. In your role as the new Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course. The tools of war hold no interest for me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign powers will think twice about testing our strength once Tuliolol is known for its advanced technology, just as the Garlean Empire was deterred from invading Sharlayan. That may well be true, but how long will it take Tuliolol to progress to this advanced state? How many years? With a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very. Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Sharlayan whole. Oh! Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprisings and bloodsheds. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire. Then we keep fighting until the mountain costs convince them to lay down their weapons, until all have grown tired of loss. How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace. Ragnarok is reminded of days long ago. In the time before Tulladalal, there were no pot packs for the potsworn. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for mobbies. Until the day Gulaljaj arrived, the families of the grab snatch pleaded with him, and so he came to Earthenshire. Mobbies are not a war-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Gulaljaj just wanted to talk. Be at ease. We are here to trade words, not blows. The goldwork crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. Yet it does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that now to the works of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creations, and they shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true? And so began the custom of good living. Happy potsworn make good works, and good works make mobbies happy. Gulaljaj's words were wise. Joy smells did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine. So the head of reason was behind the forging of pot pacts. Yes, reason and clever think changed mobbies' way of life. The first promised tires of your talk of olden days. We'd rather look to the future and the next feat. Ugh, that was a disturbing smile. We should be getting on as well. No, they're going that way. The little Jaja has gone that way. Which way to the Yokoi? Bakul Jaja never did come back, did he? Do you have a moment, Third Promise? Rakarak would pray you for hand helping with Ka. He brings a tale of the Golden City. Really? I'd love to hear it. The towers, the streets, all fashioned for gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, and everyone in between, they live in golden happiness. A city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds. Everything fashioned from gold, eh? Just imagine everyone living in golden happiness. Now that's the city I'd like to visit. Excuse me, Ruckarok, where did you hear that particular tale? From our longtime Yokoi friends. They live in mountains in Urkopacha. The giants again. Seems everything is pointing us their way. This feat and everything lead up to it has taught me much about the Moblin way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. Oh good, she's getting the lexicon down at least. And with that, I'm going to call it there. See you guys in the next one. JaffaArchfiend.